Now, 7 minutes to 5.
Memory, all alone in the moonlight. I can smile. Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade.
At the end of the day, there's another day dawning, and the sun in the morning is waiting to rise. Let the waves crash on the sand.
It's time to trust my instincts, close my eyes and leave. It's time to try to find ground.
I like to be in America, okay, by me in America. Everything free in America, forest for me in America.
Well, some classic show tunes there. What did we have? We had a bit of Memory, didn't we? A bit of Elaine Page. Some Don't Rain on My Parade. At the end of the
Funny
day,
Girl.
a bit of Les Mis. Defying Gravity from Wicked. And then at the end, America. Pete was shaking his castanets there. You're enjoying that
brilliant.
one.
West Side Story, number one for me.
It is. And if you are a fan of those show tunes, then some good news. A new radio station dedicated to musical theatre only is due to be launched later this year. A number of leading West End performers have already signed up to the shows. Well, with us is Matt Hemley, a journalist for the Stage newspaper, and he met the people behind the station yesterday. Hi, Matt.
Hi.
Now, this is really interesting, and they've got some ambitious plans, haven't they? What did they say to you yesterday?
Yeah, they've got some fantastic plans. I've got to say, the whole initiative sounds fantastic. I love it. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week content of musical theatre shows hosted by some of the best performers that we have working in the West End at the moment, which is what makes it so unique. And obviously they're in the early stages of deciding what the programmes are going to be like. So the world is their oyster, really, because they can go down any road with the content that they want to explore.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty ambitious, though, isn't it? 24 hours, 7 days a week of... It can't just be the tunes, I suppose.
Well, I think they want to make it predominantly music, so it will be very contemporary. I think lots of the bigger shows that we have in the West End at the moment will get coverage. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Wicked, as you just played. But obviously there's scope then for interviews and their presenters as well. They'll be coming to it from their own experiences, so they'll be able to talk about something that's happened to them on stage. If they were on stage the night before and they're making their show the next day, they'll share those experiences, which makes it so unique.
It's interesting. I mean, do you think there's enough of an interest in musical theatre? I know, obviously, Radio 2 has a programme at the moment on Sundays, Elaine Page, and I know loads of people tune into that, but that's sort of appointment listening, isn't it? Do you think people want to hear it sort of all day, every day?
Do you know what I have to say? You don't have to listen to it all day, every day. You can tune in if you want to, but I've got to say, the Elaine Page show attracts about 1.7 million listeners every week. But when we ran the story in the Stage this week about Stage Door, the uptake on Twitter, the response was phenomenal. It took off like no one really expected on Facebook, on all the social media sites. People are so excited about this station, and I think it really demonstrates an appetite for this music. I mean, if you look at the figures for last year, 2012, for the Society of London Theatre about the West End, there were 8 million attendances for musicals alone out of the 14 million tickets sold, 14 million attendances. That's fantastic.
And there is scope, I suppose, for more than just the music, sort of news pieces, documentaries, I'm sure, and in-depth interviews. It could be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be exploring all the options open to them at the moment. Of course, they'll want to keep listeners up to date with everything that's going on. There is scope, as you say, potentially for documentaries, but none of this is set in stone. That's what's great. The conversations are ongoing. It's all evolving. They've got this funding campaign to get it all a reality, which is taking place for the next 60 days, and they're really relying on fans of musical theatre to get behind this and make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, briefly, Matt, that is interesting, isn't it, the way they're going to fund it? And if they don't get enough, I think, they'll still go ahead with it, but it might be scaled down.
Well, hopefully there'll be some... whatever happens, there'll be a station of sorts, but I really think people are going to get behind this. I can't see that they won't achieve their goal. They've got 145,000 to make in the next 60 days, and I think people are so excited. I hear that lots of people are already saving up so they can go for those real incentives, like having singing lessons with some of the presenters and things like that, which is just brilliant.
I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, no one would want that with any of us Radio Wales presenters, I've got to say. Matt, really good to talk to you. Matt Hemley there, who's a journalist for the Stage newspaper.